think every military person remembers boot camp or indoctrination. It's very physically demanding, it's very mentally demanding. Most of the things you do in those 8 weeks, you never do again the rest of your entire military experience. So it's a very memorable and stressful event for everyone.
It was hard. It was hard. But what I do remember most is that it taught me that I have no limit as to what I can do, and mentally I have no limit in what I could actually take. So the actual training showed me that, Jonathan, you have no limits.
So mental training for myself that I did was to really become aware and own the fact that I may not come home, or I may come home with no limbs, and being okay with that before I went on deployment.
It was nothing special. I volunteered to serve in the war, Vietnam War, and in the Vietnam era, it was our training, and our training was for peace or war, so it didn't matter. I guess we didn't do what's being done today with people writing last will and testament and putting all their possessions in their families' names or whatever. We didn't do any of that. We just went. We went overseas and came back.
There's nothing that really prepares you for enlistment. What you bring to your enlistment is all determinant upon where you are in your life. Stamina, resilience, a strong will, a belief in something, and a foundation are pretty much the things that'll get you going.
The only thing that was demanding was the hours that we worked. There's not a regular 9 to 5 in the military, so it's you stay until the job is done, and that can be demanding at times.
I got tactical training with the weapon. I learned how to shoot and move. I learned how to take apart my weapons. I knew what to do with the weapon if it ever malfunctioned. You know, I knew all these little tips and tricks.
Training was literally gearing you step by step for the process of real life deployment. You're in it. There's no more G.I. Joe on TV. You are now the G.I. Joe. It took me away from everything that I knew, which allowed me to rely solely on my instincts and not on the outside things that were tangible for me to learn or to gain information from. So I had no Google, I had no music, I had nothing to keep me going. So it was very much internal motivation that I had to find within myself, which is still serving me now.
Being forward deployed, no matter what branch of service you're in, is always difficult. Obviously it's difficult in a wartime situation, but even in peacetime, it's still very difficult. You do without a lot of the amenities of life. Your food is different. You're uncomfortable because of the situation you're in. You're away from your family and your friends and your loved ones. Ideally, you have camaraderie with your teammates and your soldiers and sailors that you're with, but it's still a very difficult situation to be in. But ideally, you're trying to serve your country and do what's best for your country, and you're putting the country's needs above your own.
There's just a lot to do logistically, because I was responsible I had a huge responsibility running an armory by myself. So there was a lot of, I had a lot of weapons to pack and things like that, and books and manuals and all kinds of stuff. So embark was a big deal, especially for by myself.
My family was definitely affected by my serving. Even though my 4 brothers did join the service, I was the only one that deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan. And my mom worried about me every day that I was deployed.
Many isolation exercises that prepared me mentally for going across seas and just to deal with in-states Army life?
I did not deploy in a sense for combat. I'm not a combat veteran. So my role in pre-deployment always meant in support of the soldiers that were.
Going to the desert was very different. That was truly, that was definitely really scary. But I remember being, having this numbness, this calm, this acceptance. I don't know what to liken it to. It's just like, it's happening. There's no way around it. I'm just gonna have to rely on my training and stay focused and calm and not freak out. I didn't know what to expect. I was afraid of what might come at me. I was afraid of not coming back or coming back in pieces. But I really just, what helped me was numbing myself. I just had this strange, just calm that came over me.
Yes. So basic training, they give you a battle buddy that you're required to stay with the whole time you're in basic training, for the whole 9 weeks. And we do everything together. So instead of I did this, no, we made the bed together, or we cleaned the latrine together. You do everything together.
We had 3 phases in basic training: red phase, blue phase, and a white phase. So the red phase was the beginning, and we did an exercise inside of the red phase where we solely needed each other in order to succeed in this exercise. We were trying to get up something like a 7-foot wall or something like that, and we needed each other to stair step to one person to get to the top, to drag the other people over, to drag the people over, and then we need each other to get down from the bottom. So we needed to build that stair step back up and to drop back down, and everyone was vital.
I was always kind of a wee guy. As I said, I played sports and I had a really tight group of friends, and the squadron that I was in was really close. It was a really close-knit group of guys. We worked really hard together, and it was that whole we work hard, play hard thing, and we spent a lot of time with each other, and we were always looking to be the best. So it was like that whole team thing. We always had it going on. It was awesome.
I spent a lot of time trying to be seen and trying to be heard and trying to break down barriers, trying to just be equal, to be a soldier, to find my place, to, I guess, let people know, my comrades to my left and my right, that I was reliable and that they could count on me.
I identify as a veteran every day. There are so many different things that occur in life, whether it's in the news or with friends. I wear a hat that says Vietnam veteran.